Hey guys, welcome back to Angel Angela. And on this quick podcast, I wanted to come on here and basically talk to you guys about, the narcissist thinking about you. Does the narcissist actually think about you? Once they've discarded you or you've discarded them and you haven't heard from this person, maybe you're used to them hoovering you and, they're not hoovering you anymore because they know that you're too well aware of their motives, their actions. You know what they're going to do before they do it. They've put you in situations where, they walk out on the relationship at the wrong time, where you're going through a lot, these people know you're in pain. They know you're having sleepless nights. They know you're by yourself. They know you're not doing anything. They know that you're not betraying them, and when they treat you bad, knowing that you didn't really deserve what you're getting out of that relationship. There's no even exchange. They're taking more out of the relationship, financially and emotionally. Narcissists feel like they can take from you because they're thinking to themselves, if I'm able to take from you, this means that other people have taken from you. Narcissists come into your life with a motive. So if they feel like if someone has done something to you, what they're doing is just the icing on the cake, and it shouldn't affect you that much, but it usually does affect empaths in a way where it's very sinister. So you're dealing with someone that is constantly in deep thought, only that they're not thinking of you the way you think they're thinking of you. They're thinking to themselves, who are the people who have hurt you? Because from the beginning, the moment you tell these people about your past relationships, they're thinking of doing the same thing. They're thinking already from the start how to do the same things that other people have done to you. And, this doesn't just go, for narcissists. This can be regular people in your life too. People do things to you, or people will use you for information. They use you to help them heal themselves, and they won't give back. Or they feel as if, hey, well, we were friends at that time, so you were obligated to do these things, for me. So you could have went out of your way for a friend, and they feel like, hey, that's what friends are for. That's what you were for, but you didn't get anything out of it. They got something out of it. You didn't get anything out of it. But they feel as if, hey, that's what this is what I do to everyone. You should have got what you wanted. And if I wasn't willing to give it to you, you should have left. So you're going to run across people that only think about themselves. They don't think about your time and the time that you're giving to them. They don't care. They think like they can talk to you. They feel like if I talk to you about your problems or listen to you talk about your problems, then we're even. If I tell you I'm grateful for your advice, we're even. Or these people will count all the things that they've done for you, and then they'll act like you didn't do anything for them. So then they'll go out and gossip to other people and make people think that you were just ungrateful. So, the narcissist can sit there and say, hey, thank you for everything that you've done for me. It just didn't work out for us. And you're like, what? So this is how the real world is. But when you're dealing with a narcissist, you're dealing with someone that takes so much to the point where it's sinister. They don't think about taking from others or stealing information from others. They don't think about none of that. They don't think about all the information they stole and all the things that they're gaining from the information they stole. They're not thinking of that. They're not thinking of giving back to you. This is why even when people aren't perfect, but that they go out of their way for you or they do things to help you out in your life, this is why it's so important to give back, because eventually that person will feel like they're not getting anything and they're always listening to your problems, and they don't want to listen to your problems anymore. This is why a lot of people don't want to listen to your problems, because they feel like you're not thinking about them. You're only thinking of the narcissist. So you can sit there and tell your mom or your family or your friends, like, hey, you're supposed to be there for me. You're supposed to listen to my problems. Every time the narcissist leaves me and they come back, you're supposed to be there. You're not supposed to reject me no matter what. Eventually people are like, I'm not getting anything out of it. You're making me watch your kids. You're buying the narcissist nice things. You're getting the narcissist out of debt, but I'm doing something to help your mental state and you're not thinking of me. So this goes hand in hand with the narcissist thinking of you. If you can't think of yourself when you're in these situations with these type of people, you can't even self-care, for yourself. How could you expect the narcissist to care about you? The narcissist feels like you don't care about yourself and you don't appreciate people, and they feel like, hey, you're going crazy over me, so I deserve this attention that I'm getting. They feel like they deserve to take from you. A lot of times what people don't even realize is that the narcissist is taking you away from your friends and your family and the people you're supposed to be giving to, the people that you're really supposed to be thinking about. They're taking you away, and they're taking all of the abundance and the gifts and the connections that you're supposed to build with people. This is why they redirect your life, because they're not thinking of you, they're thinking of themselves. And you might even get to the point where when you see that behavior and you see that they don't care, and you try to understand why they don't care, or why it is that they come back, why it is that they come back. For them to come back, it means that they were thinking about you. So when you're in a relationship with a narcissist, they can discard you, every week, every month, every couple of months. You're never secure with this person. And because you're not secure with them, you'll ask yourself, is this person thinking about me? Do they think about me? And when the narcissist comes back and they've been gone for weeks, you're asking this person, you've been gone all these weeks. You've been gone all these days. I haven't heard from you. You turned your phone off. You put it on airplane mode. You put it on silent. You were online. You were on Facebook. I saw you online, but you weren't responding to me, and they come back and you're kind of like, were you thinking about me? This whole time you've been gone, were you actually thinking about me? And the narcissist tells you, of course I was thinking about you, but we're not getting along. You're doing this, you're doing that, you're questioning me too much. That's what caused so many problems. And you're like, hey, the only thing I told you was, if we were going to go out for Sunday brunch like we normally do, and you started getting mad. You started to tell me not to expect this morning brunch, even though I'm used to going to this morning brunch. You made a big deal out of it. You exploded. You made it seem like, how dare you expect this brunch that we always go to? If I decide to do other things with my friends and family, I can do that. And you might tell the narcissist, well, when you told me that we weren't doing our brunch and you were going to family and friends, I told you it was okay. I told you to stop getting mad. I told you it's fine. That's just what I'm used to. I thought this is what we do. Like, it's okay. You're going with your friends and family. I'm not stopping you. It's okay. When are you coming back? When will you be back? Oh, I'm leaving. You're questioning me too much. When am I coming back? Like, if I'm not going to come back, like, how dare you tell me I'm not coming back? How dare you? You're just jumping into conclusions and you're like, "No, I just want to know, like, what time are you coming back?" Like, it's a simple question. And then they leave and they're slandering you to their mothers, their sisters, or brothers. People are coming to you acting like you're doing something to them. They might spend the night over there and they don't have a new supply over there. They're just spending the night with their friends or a family member. And you're like, this person didn't come home. Are they not thinking about me and my feelings and how I feel right now? Don't they know this is affecting me and how I feel when I go to work the next day? Or I'm studying for school, or I'm doing something that's very important for my dream. So this person doesn't care about my dream? Because every day I wake up, I'm creating my dream. I'm creating my future. I'm creating a life for myself. I need to be in peace. So you don't want me to have any peace. So you're not thinking of me and how you care about me as a partner, and you're not thinking about me having peace in my life. But when you want peace in your life and you're going through your karma, you're here trying to have me protect you from your karma. So, when you approach these type of people, a narcissist, because now they haven't came home, right? So you might go to their mother's house, you might go to their family member's house because that's where they're at. And you're like, this person doesn't care about how I feel. They don't care about the relationship. And if there's no communication, then we don't really have anything. So I need to know, are we still together or not? So you can go up to the narcissist and now people are looking at you crazy. Why is she over here after everything you said about her? They've been over there bashing you. She's accusing me of cheating and I'm not cheating. I've been over here with you guys all night. She acts like I can't go out. This is how they get the flying monkeys all riled up. They're not thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves. They're thinking about a new source of supply. They're thinking about tricking you, tricking the flying monkeys. They're all about trickery. They're all about themselves. They only think about themselves. So what will happen is that you'll make yourself look crazy, or people will start disrespecting you because they don't know what's going on, or people will tell you, just leave the narcissist alone. Just leave them alone. Move on with your life. Cool. So you'll tell the narcissist, hey, if you don't want me, whatever. They're looking at you like, don't let the door hit you in front of everyone. They're not thinking about you. They're not thinking of the way people are perceiving you. They're not thinking of the fact that you've been nothing but good to them and people are perceiving you as something that you're not. They're not thinking of you when people are attacking you, not just verbally, but even physically. They're not thinking of you when that new supply is breaking your belongings, or that new supply, they're sneaking into your home. They're taking stuff from you. They're using your cologne, using your personal items, or going through your stuff. They're not thinking of you. They're not thinking of you when they're with their friends and they're trying to pick up on new supply at bars, on the street. They're riding around with their friends. All of a sudden they have the superpower of being able to talk to strangers. All of a sudden they feel invincible. In those moments where they feel invincible, they're not thinking of you. They're actually sleeping really good. They're going to sleep really good. They'll even tell you, you're stressing yourself out because I'm just going to go to sleep and wake up and drink my coffee, or drink my tea, or make my protein shake in the morning. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time because I'm not thinking about you. So a lot of people will tell you, that narcissists, they're not thinking about you when they're with this new supply, right? They're not thinking of you. But the moment that they're not with this new supply, now they're thinking about you. They're thinking about the person that was good to them. They're thinking of the person that treated them with respect, that treated them like they were a human being, that treated them like they had some type of value. And when they come back, they're not thinking, this whole time I've been away, you've had sleepless nights. You've been going through PTSD, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, feelings of, not being worthy. You know, not only that, they sabotaged you. They sabotaged you when you had this big test for school. You're supposed to be focusing on school. You're supposed to be focusing on your career, your job, your business, your children. You're supposed to be thinking about a lot of different things, yet the narcissist is taking space in your mind. You're thinking about them. Whole time they weren't thinking about you. All of a sudden they're thinking about you because things aren't going right. All of a sudden things are happening in their life. The narcissist will discard you, and if they're going through a financial situation, if they get pulled over for a DUI, something drastic happens to them, a death in their family, anything happens, any excuse to talk to you, the moment they're getting their karma and things are happening to them, that new supply, whoever they're surrounding themselves with, flying monkeys, their friends can't do anything for them. Or their friends pretend like they care about the narcissist. And then the narcissist realizes, oh, I'm really not who I thought I was. I thought I had a group of friends and I had a new supply. I thought I had these things locked down. And even though I do have these things locked down, these people really don't care. The new supply really doesn't. They're looking at me like, what do you expect me to do? I'm new. I'm not giving you any money. I'm not doing anything for you. And when these things happen, they're thinking about you because they're thinking, my ex would have done this. My ex would have done that. This is why when you're with them, they say these things to you. They bring up their exes and what people have done for them. But those people are nowhere in sight anymore. So they're looking at you like you're supposed to take over the role someone else was playing while they do whatever they want to do. This is why the moment that you allow these people to cross your boundaries, they put you on that same category where they feel like, hey, I've had other people in my past where I crossed their boundaries, and they start to picture you as being that same person. So they could have ruined that other person's life, and, you're not that person, but the narcissist feels like you're that same person. So no matter what you do, it's not enough for them, because when they're thinking of you, they're not thinking of you as a person. They're thinking of you as an entity. And they're like, oh, that's an empath entity, the same entity that was in that other person. Just the same way that when it comes to their new supply, they might be dealing with a Jezebel. They conjured up that Jezebel through you, because they're like, if I find me an empath, that Jezebel is going to come looking for me. So what they do is that they conjure up the Jezebel spirit through you. They use you. They need your power. They need your energy source to conjure up that entity. So when that entity pops up in their life, to the narcissist, they feel like they're upgrading their life. For every level, there's a different devil. The narcissist feels like, okay, this is another devil. It's not the same devil that I dealt with before that ruined my other relationships that I triangulated people with. This is a new devil. But this devil right here, it's an upgraded devil. It's an upgraded Jezebel spirit. And this is what I really want. But I want to use the empath. And when they think of you, they don't think of you as a person, as a human being. They're looking at you as a source of energy. So they're looking at you like the other sources of energy they've had before. Only that those sources of energy is gone. So when they look at you as being the same person than the last person. They look at you guys as the same person. That's what they look at you as. And when they're doing bad things to you, it's almost like they're thinking of you as being the person they've already wronged. So to them, it's almost like you're not real, like you don't exist. It's like, I'm just using you the same way I used that other person. That person, they turned out good in the end. They just needed to get away from me, or that person, they might have ruined that person's life. You never know. And, they're looking at it like, if they're able to maintain and they're still alive, then, then you're still alive, and you'll still be alive too. You'll still be alive after I use you. It's okay. They feel like you're nothing but an energy source, and they can drain you in the same way that they've drained other people. They're not thinking of you. Once that narcissistic supply, that Jezebel spirit, starts doing things to the narcissist, and the narcissist might come back to you. They're thinking of you because bad things are happening to them. This person doesn't really care about them. So they'll come back to you and they try to use you for emotional gain. So they'll think about you to use you for emotional gain, but not necessarily because they care about you. So they'll use you for emotional gain while having sex and intimacy with that other person. So they're using you for your mind, for your spirit, and they're using that other person for sex and other things to attract more Jezebel spirits, to attract more Jezebel friends. They love that narcissistic world because they're part of that world. They're part of that world. And when they become self-aware, they feel like they can master they can control that Jezebel spirit that's not aware. They feel like they can control that spirit. But you can't control that spirit even if that person's not self-aware. You can't conjure up that spirit and think you can control that spirit. But the narcissist thinks they're God. So what happens is that they get destroyed by that spirit financially. Even if that person doesn't do anything to them, that person is digging in their pockets financially. They're doing things behind their back. They're gossiping about the narcissist. They're triangulating the narcissist with other men. They're doing things like that. So what happens is the narcissist thinks about you, but only because they want to get even with that person. So you'll see that this person will come back, this narcissist will come back, and they'll act like they're thinking about you, but the whole time it seems like they're thinking of someone else. They're hoping that someone else is jealous. They're putting their phone on silent. They're putting their phone facing down so you don't see the light come on. They're turning it off completely. They're coming to you, on a vacation now. So you go from being in this toxic relationship that you don't understand what's going on, why they're fighting with you, to now it feels like they're using you. It seems like they're being who you want them to be, but there's some type of disconnection. There's something there that won't allow you to give all of yourself to that person because they didn't give you validation, and they won't admit that they're lying, and they're still lying. They avoid certain questions. They tell half truths. So your spirit will not allow this person completely. So they can try to drain you as much as they can, but they can't kill you because your spirit knows you haven't done anything to them. Your spirit knows that this person is trying to deliberately steal your energy. And there comes a point in time where your spirit will not allow them to drain you of the last drop that you have inside of you left. Your spirit will not allow it. And the narcissist will start to suffer karma for that, to the point where they don't even want to come around you because they've gotten karma so bad that they might not be financially well off anymore. They might have got into a car accident, or their cars aren't working anymore. So things will just start happening to these people, and now they're coming around you acting like they miss you, they love you again and again. So when you think about the narcissist thinking about you, they don't think of you as a human being, someone that they miss, someone that they shared memories with, someone that has done a lot for them, someone who has listened to them. They're looking at you just as a source of supply, and they feel like, when you're done giving them energy, they're done as well. They're like, I'm never going to stop taking energy out of you until you don't want me to take energy out of you. That's when I'll stop, because this is who I am and I'm not going to change. So they'll tell you they're not going to change. But it's so hard as an empath to believe what's going on because you might have never came across a narcissist. You might have been around people who have narcissistic traits. So it confuses you because the type of confidence the narcissist has, you don't want to think that it's diabolical, but it is. So they're only looking at you as a source of supply. And when they've drained you or they've sabotaged your life in many ways, now they don't want to look at you because they know what they did. Now they don't want to come around you. This is when they don't hoover you anymore. It doesn't mean they're not going to hoover you. They're just going to wait. They're going to allow time to pass by. And during that time, yeah, they think of you, but they're not thinking of you as far as I want to change my behavior. I want to change who I am. None of that. They're thinking of you as far as I'm going to let 3-4 months pass by and then I'm going to hoover them and tell them that this story about how they're the love of my life, because I see where this new relationship is going and it's not looking too well. I'm going to need money. I'm going to need a lot of things to keep this relationship going. Because now that my money is running out, or now that I'm spending too much time with this person, my finances are going down because all that time I was love bombing this person, I gave too much of my time to them. So now they're thinking of ways how to get that energy back from that new supply. And they're trying to use you. So they're thinking to themselves, yeah, I'm going to think about you because I'm going to make my round back. But this whole time, all these 4 months, no, I haven't been thinking about you. I've been sleeping good. I didn't even give it a thought. The only time I think about you is when people bring you up and I have to make up lies. Or things aren't going too well, so I try to boost myself by talking about you. And by then, you're far gone. And they don't see nothing wrong with their behavior when they're talking about you and they are thinking about you. They don't see nothing wrong with telling people that they used you. They don't have nothing. Oh, that person is dumb. That person allowed me to do this. That person's not smart. That person lost their job because they're dumb. They're saying all of these blasphemous, lying things about you to other people, knowing that they had something to do with it. But they make it seem like you're just a flawed person, and people are questioning, why the narcissist is still talking about you, because they defended you. They defended the narcissist at one point when, the narcissist claimed that you wouldn't let them live their life when they were, when they left and they didn't want to be with you on that Sunday fun day brunch, right? So people are thinking like, okay, you claim this person was this or that, but you're still talking about them. And not only are you talking about them, but now you're telling the truth about who you are. The narcissist is telling on themselves now. They go from victimizing themselves, and now they're telling people the things that they were really doing. Now they're telling the whole truth, and people are sitting back, looking back, thinking about everything. They're thinking about the narcissist relationship from the start. They're thinking about how empathetic you were to them. Every time that they talk bad about you, they're thinking about how much love you showed them, even afterwards. How much love you were showing them when you finally came back around the narcissist, because they forced themselves back in your life. People are thinking like, every time I saw that person, for the most part, they just wanted the narcissist to be happy. They loved the narcissist. So they start to see the narcissist like, oh, you were just using them? So no wonder they felt the way they felt. No wonder that, they were acting the way they were acting. So the narcissist will start to think of you, especially when people tell the narcissist that what they're saying or doing is wrong. There's always going to be one person at least that's going to say something to the narcissist. So they'll think of you and they'll get angry because they'll think to themselves, this one person doesn't believe what I said about her? And it pisses them off. So what they do is that while they're with this new person, they'll hoover you. They'll think about you again. Because people think that you're a good person still. So they'll come around and they'll treat you even worse. They'll love bomb you just to treat you even worse. Because they're expecting you to revenge them and do something to them. And by then, they won't bring you around their flying monkeys as much. So when you finally do something, and you finally have that breaking point because you're like, this person's messing with my feelings, they make it seem like, look, you guys, I've been single this whole time. She came back. You were just talking about her, bro. She came back and she destroyed my things. I told you she was crazy. And they're like, well, why were you talking to her in the first place? I wasn't talking about her. It was crazy. The last time we talked, remember when we were talking about her, she reached out to me. Maybe it was because we were talking about her, but she reached out to me. You don't know her the way I know her. Trust me. They feel like they have something to prove to their friends and their flying monkeys. They feel like they have something to prove to them because they hate it when people question them about their actions. So now they're hoovering you just to prove a point to other people. They're thinking about you because other people are thinking about you. So they'll come around you and they'll say, my mom was thinking about you. My sister was thinking about you. She was wondering what happened to you. They'll come around you and they'll even tell you that people were thinking about you, or probably even telling them you should have stayed with that person. It's not going to get better. Trust me. People don't really care about you out here. The girl of your dreams doesn't really care about you the way you think. You should have just stayed over there. They'll come back around not because they care about you, but because they're listening to other people. So now they're doing things out of nowhere. Because they need people for common sense. The narcissist has no common sense. This is why you need to leave this person alone, because they don't have any common sense. And then once they use you for your common sense, they start to believe that they do have common sense. Because common sense isn't so common, but they start to believe they have common sense. And now they don't even want to listen to your opinion. Now they think they're smarter than you. Or they gain information from you and they leave. And then when they come back, they think all this information came from them. But you know that before they left, you're the one who schooled them on all these things. They're just so damn evil and manipulative that they can't even see because they don't think. The narcissist doesn't think. They just do. Someone is talking about you. You should have stayed with that person. They're thinking about you. They're just pulling up to your job. They're stalking you. They're coming to your house. You know, they might even just pop up on you. They don't even reach out to you. They just pop up on you. Leave notes all over your car. You know, send you flowers, do little weird things, you know, and you'll think to yourself, they're thinking about me. Maybe they do feel remorseful. Maybe they do love me. Look, the narcissist doesn't think about anyone but themselves, and they sleep very, very well at night with the things that they've done to others. But their nightmares, it's what their nightmares and their karma and people from the past reappearing, seeking revenge on them. These are the only reasons they'll ever think about you, when they're having nightmares in their dreams and in their real life. So stay away from these people, you guys. They don't care about anyone. They only care about themselves. I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, and peace. I hope that this message was helpful for your healing, for your understanding, because a lot of people will tell you that the narcissist thinks about you, that you were the they're always going to think of you, or, you were that one person that they're going to continuously think about. And that's false. That's false advertisement, because narcissists do not think of you. They only think of you when they feel like they have something to gain, or if they feel like something's not going, right in their life. They're not thinking of you just to think of you. They're not thinking of you as far as, I want to be with you, I miss you. They don't regret it. They don't regret their actions. They only regret getting caught. So when people tell you that the narcissist regrets it, they think about all the things that they did and they regret it. They don't regret what they did. They regret getting caught. Don't listen to people. They don't regret it. They regret being caught. They don't think about you. You're not the first thing on their mind. They can go to sleep and wake up without you on their mind. It's when they don't have that source of supply when they think of you. So I hope that was helpful. Do not forget to like, share, and comment, you guys. If you guys want to book a session with me, my booking information is on the description. As always, I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I'll talk to you guys on the next podcast. Love you guys. Bye.